What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. I have since been on a healing journey and healed my way through the MLM and getting out in that whole process. I know that I say that in all of my videos, but there is no finish line with healing. And there are things that still show up every single day that show me that, hey, there's another layer of healing that needs to happen that we need to pay attention to. I feel like that was a really long intro. However, if you are brand new here, I would love to have you subscribe. I would love for you to like this video. And of course, drop your commentary as you are watching. I love interacting with you guys. You can follow me on social media. There's a link to all of the things, my podcast, merch, all that stuff in the video description. So you can check that out. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. One of the things that I get asked so many times, which I love, is if the ketones work for me. So I want to dive in a little bit deeper on that, but I also want to talk about some of the things, the lessons and traumas that I've had to work through after being in a health and wellness company for several years. So I feel like it's important that I talk kind of about that journey really quickly. I'm going to identify pain points. I'm going to identify vulnerabilities. I'm going to identify just some of the moments that I look back now and realize, well, these were vulnerabilities that I was allowing to be taken advantage of in a sense. So there is no script today. There's going to be literally no editing. I just wanted to hit record and have this conversation with you guys in the hopes that, one, I can answer your questions. I'm no expert. So before we even dive into it, if you are struggling with any kind of relationship with food or eating disorders or any of those things, please seek guidance from a professional. Talk to a therapist and get yourself aligned with people that can help you work through it and all of those things. So consider this a trigger warning I'm going to be talking about relationships with food. I'm going to be talking just about all of that stuff. So if that is something very triggering for you, please feel free to skip this video. Your mental health matters. Okay, let's talk about this. So many of you know my history in multi-level marketing. And if not, I'll go ahead and link my very first YouTube video, Speaking Out Against MLMs, here for you guys to check out. And it wasn't until we moved to Vegas in 2015 that I really started to want to focus on my health. Prior to that, I was in such a hustle and grind mentality because I was trying to keep food on the table, both my husband and I was doing parties and all of that stuff. And within that year that I had to take off because of being sued by Pure Romance, I was able to pause and reflect. And I think that's a very important part of this. So in that pause, I was able to say, well, I really want to start taking care of myself better, because prior to that, it was late night grabbing stuff through drive-throughs because I was driving home from parties and just Gavin was little, Mia was little, and it was chaos. And so I got to a point where I was ready to start working on my health. I was ready to start making those moves, going to the gym, paying attention to what I was eating. And that was actually when I came across a Facebook Live talking about these MLM products. And this was how I was introduced to Modair. And I need everybody to understand that this was a vulnerable space for me. And maybe you can identify this in yourself as you look back if you were a part of MLMs, or maybe you're in this place now. But I was looking for something to help me with energy. I was looking for, well, how do I eat? Because I was coming from a place where I didn't really understand my body, how it worked, how I needed to fuel it, why I felt the way that I did, how to lose weight, and just kind of all of these things wrapped into one, on top of the changes in my body and my chemistry after having 2 kids and I really felt kind of lost. So pay attention. I guess the whole point of me bringing that up is this is a vulnerability that is taught, in my opinion, for some of these health and wellness MLMs to look for. And that's why they post some of the ways that they did. That's why I used to post some of the ways that I did. I was looking for other people that had those similar pain points. And let's just be honest, no MLM product is going to be something that is the Band-Aid, or not the Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid fix. It's not actually addressing what is going on within your body. So there's no magic pill or potion or any of those things, and you have to learn your body. Okay. So that was how I came across Modair, and I started to, take the products. I was also working out with a trainer. I was also, really trying to focus on my eating and all of this stuff. And I started to see changes because I was starting to move my body more than I had in the last several years, probably 6 or 7 years, to be quite honest. And when you are changing that, you're going to see changes in your body. You're going to see the scale change. You're going to see muscles. You're going to see your waistline shrinking and just all those types of things. And it's because you're making changes. There were so many changes that I made at the same time, the way that I was eating, working out with a trainer, water intake, and then also taking these MLM products, that I can look back now and realize, well, it probably wasn't necessarily because of the products. It was probably because of the way that I was eating and the working out. I was working out with a trainer, I think 2 or 3 times a week. We were at the gym for like 2 hours a session. I was exhausted all the time. But I think that that's probably why I was seeing some of those changes. That being said, I started to really focus on myself. And even at this time, I don't really think I realized what a poor relationship I had with food. It was all there was so much fear around what to eat and how much to eat. Are carbs okay? Are carbs not okay? I was eating the Mediterranean diet, but I was having a lot of stomach issues, and I was paying attention, but on a surface level. I hope that makes sense. And so I did that for, a couple years. You guys know the story. I actually left Love Winks, took Modair full time, was terminated from Modair. I'll put that video in here too, so you guys can hear that full story. It's a 2-part series that I did here on my channel. And then I was introduced to Prove It in September of 2017. I had to think about that for a second. And I think that for me, and again, this is just my personal opinion, I really feel like this is where my relationship with food, the fear that I had, was really amplified for a number of reasons. When we first started Improve It, it was the Keto Max formula. And I definitely noticed with that formula, this is where I'm going to answer your question about ketones. I definitely noticed with the Max formula that I had more focus and I had more energy, and I felt really good when I first started drinking them. And then it wasn't, I don't remember the exact time frame. I want to say it was around 2018 maybe was when they changed, or 2019 was when they changed from Keto Max to Keto Nat. That's where they were saying allegedly that, they're the only ketones that are naturally fermented. Supposedly it's supposed to be absorbed into your body. But what I noticed, and again, just my personal opinion, you can leave your commentary below and let me know what you think. But that was when I started to notice that I wasn't feeling the same way after I was drinking Keto Nat. That was when I was realizing, well, I'm going to have to start drinking some more of these because I'm not feeling the same way that I was with the Max formula. So then in 2018, they introduced the 60-hour fast. And I remember having a very visceral response to the reboot. And I actually remember telling Jesse Lee, I'm not doing a 60-hour fast. That might have even been in the leadership chat. I'm not doing a 60-hour fast. There's no way. I'm hypoglycemic and all of this stuff. And I remember thinking, well, maybe I should just try it, right? There's a lot of pressure within these MLM companies, in my opinion, for you to get the newest product, try the newest product, and of course, being a product of the product. And what happened was I was coached to do a reboot monthly and to drink at least 2 ketones a day. And it was like the cost of these products and what I needed to take every single month especially with like new flavors, new formulas, all of this stuff, there's a lot of pressure for you to, grab those things, order those things under your ghost account so that, you're taking your business seriously. But what happened was I started to fear carbs. I started to not trust myself when it came to food. I started to say things like, well, I'll have this, but I'll do extra of this. And I don't think that people realize how dangerous that is. Like, I really feel like, and again, just my opinion, this is me just sharing my heart with you guys. I really feel like that it was a doorway for some sort of an eating disorder. And it was the norm for me. I remember that there were times where my carbs were so low. I had like 1 or 2 grams of carbs in the day. And I remember sharing that in a leadership chat. And I remember being like, look at this. And I would track my macros and I would do all of these things. And it was kind of applauded, but it was also used in a way, in my opinion, to shame people that were not being as extreme as I was. And I think that's really scary. And so after that, after I kind of stepped away, I was tracking things so strictly. I was teaching people how to do their macros, which is, I think that you should have some awareness of that. But the way that I was doing it was in such an extreme and predatory, I'm going to call it what it is, a predatory way, and I look back at some of the strategies from 2018 and the keto kitchens and the bait and switches into the groups and the recipes and, the macros counting and all of this stuff. And all of it was somebody that had a really bad relationship with food and was probably over exercising and really kind of taking things to the extreme, packaging it all up to be a predator of other people. And if you ever felt that way, if you ever felt like, or if I ever made you feel that way, I want to apologize for that, because that's not okay, period. And so after that was, as I started to work out of Prove It, as I started to work out of MLM and to understand what I was feeling and how I was feeling it. And, that was a lot of work. 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. I really had to rework everything, which included my relationship with food. I no longer wanted to track stuff, macros, that kind of thing. I did meal prep for a while, but I really had to work to know that it's okay to have carbs. I really had to rework my brain into the fact that you don't have to earn food. You don't have to earn these things in order to enjoy them. And so I think that this is something that's pretty common, in my opinion, for people that have been a part of a health and wellness multi-level marketing company. There's a certain amount of fear when you stop taking the product, when you stop being as extreme as you probably were when you were, or encouraged to be, when you were a part of that multi-level marketing company, the health and wellness company. There's a certain amount of fear that you're going to gain all kinds of weight back. Have I gained weight? Yes. But now my focus is not about the number on the scale. My focus is on gains in the gym. I don't want to be skinny. I want to be strong. I want to have a healthy relationship with food. I want to, if I want to have an ice cream bar or whatever with the kids, I want to be able to have that instead of saying, no, mom's keto, like I can't have that stuff. I want my kids to replicate me having a healthy relationship with food. I don't want to feel bad for having something. I don't want to feel like I have to earn something. I am at a place now where I'm not tracking anything. I'm just working on having more protein in my day, getting a good workout in the gym, documenting my workout and the weights and all of that stuff, getting in some cardio, running on the basketball court, and just kind of making little tiny tweaks without being extreme. So I don't know. I just wanted to hop on and record this video. I've been thinking about it a lot because I went the opposite way after leaving Prove It and my final MLM company. I didn't realize the amount of damage that it caused for me. And so if that is you, if you are somebody that is either in a health and wellness multi-level marketing company, a customer, somebody that is trying to get out of that MLM, and you're just so scared because you're like, what if I stop taking this? There's so much emphasis as women on the scale and what we look like and the size pants we wear and the look and all of that stuff. But I can tell you, being able to have some of these things without guilt and without saying, well, I'll do an extra whatever of cardio because I had these things, and just being able to sit with that meal in front of me or that snack or the dessert or whatever and just enjoy it with my family without guilt is always going to be a work in progress. But I don't know, I wanted to have this conversation with you guys. So if you are somebody that wants to talk about this, again, I'm not an expert. Please go get help. Please talk to a therapist or somebody that is an expert in this matter, because I think that it is something that is kind of flying under the radar. You know, there's a lot of shame and there's a lot of guilt and there's a lot of people, in my opinion, within the MLMs that are using this kind of tactic to make sure that people are doing something like the 60-hour fast, or something like, I just got a story the other day from Octavia. Yeah. And, the amount of calories that they're taking in, 800 to 1200 calories. Well, if you're somebody that's working out, first of all, you need 1200 calories a day just for your body to function. So if you are trying to lose weight, or if you are trying to gain muscle and lose weight, or whatever that looks like for you, you need to actually eat more in order for you to do that. So get with a nutritionist, get with a therapist, get with whoever you feel like might be able to help you. I didn't realize the damage that I was causing, not just for myself, but also for other people. So again, if you were somebody that was a customer of mine in Modair or Prove It, I know that I contributed to some of these issues for you, and I apologize for participating in that. I apologize for anybody that I may have hurt, and I can only hope that you continue to heal just like I'm continuing to heal. I don't want to track anything. I'm not ready for any of that right now. I just kind of want to eat and be intuitive when it comes to that, and enjoy what I want to enjoy, and just have a little bit of freedom, knowing that I'm going to have a great workout and that the ice cream bar is okay and all of those things. So I feel better after having this conversation with you guys. I hope this video helps you, if nothing else, to know that there's somebody else that feels the same way or felt the same way that you do or did. And yeah, I love you guys. If this brought you some value, feel free to give me a thumbs up, drop me your comments, consider subscribing, and check out the links in my video description if you would like to follow me on social media or just whatnot. All right, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.